Hello, welcome to Game Dev House. My name's Erin, and today we're going to talk about adding jump pads and also testing for bugs. I like to mention the three T's of when you're working on levels in UDK: tweaking, trying, and testing. You're always going to run into problems when you're making anything, so you need to be able to go through a process and figure out sometimes why something isn't working and, then figure out the way it does work. So we're going to talk about that in this lesson, do a little QA, as well as add the jump pad itself. Is that okay, Ninja Bunny? I think he thinks it's okay. And then also, this level was designed by Derek, 14-year-old Game Dev House student, and yeah, let's rock and roll. So open up your content browser at the top of the toolbar, right between the binoculars and that K, and you get the content browser default screen. So click on Actor Classes to show this tab, and under Navigation, usually it's up like that. Just click on the plus sign and it will expand, then click on UT Jump Pad. Then you can right click right on the ground, add UT Jump Pad right here. Okay? And then the second step would be to add a path node in which the player is going to jump over to. So obviously you'll need some height elevation, like a platform of sorts that your player is going to jump on. So this is easy as well, and all you need to do is right click and then go to Add Actor and Add Path Node, and voila, it's right there. Make sure it's actually positioned on top of the surface that you want your player to jump onto. So far we're following protocol, basically what most tutorials will instruct you to do. And then lastly, we need to link up this path node and this jump pad. So this path node, the name is path node _2, because whenever you select something, it gives you the name of it at the bottom of the screen. Or with something selected, you can hit F4, and that brings up your path node properties. And we see that the title of this path node is path node _2. Now there's a couple ways to do things, so I don't want to confuse you, but I'm only going to do things one way today. So I already know the name of this, and I'm going to click on the jump pad, hit F4, and underneath UDK jump pad, there's jump target. Now, obviously the apple's the jump target, and so we'll type in the name. Sometimes you can keep that open, and if you hit the lock key, that'll keep one item open that you have selected, and then you can even hit the lock key on multiple windows. That way they don't close after you select something else. So if I have this apple selected, right, and I'm in the jump pad, and I hit the arrow, for some reason it just gives me a problem. So that might happen for you. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I know the name, so that's all I need to do is path, capital NODE _2, then hit enter, and that should link everything up. Then rebuild paths right next to the light, and alright, so these are typical errors, and I don't have any error with my path node, which is nice. Then it's supposed to work, so let's play test. Hello. Alright. And it did, but as you can see, it like propels me sideways. And so the question is, why does it do that? And I see the answer is right here. These arrows, there's directional arrows on just about every item that you can place in your level. and the Apple has one too. So using the rotate widget, I just hit the spacebar and get to the rotate. I'm going to move it in the direction facing my jump pad, and I'm going to do an even 90-degree rotation. Perfect. And then get that jump pad and rotate that another 90 degrees so that the arrows, they're facing each other. Alright, I'm going to rebuild my paths one more time. Always a good idea after you move things around and change it, then play from here. Whoa! That is a little bit intense, an intensive jump. Not really necessary to be in the air that long. So we can tweak that a little bit. So I'm selecting the jump pad. I want to go back to the move widget and hit F4 to bring up the properties. Jump time 2 seconds. That's way too long for such a short jump, so I'm going to hit 1 second. And the air control is how fast he moves, so it's at 0.05, which sounds about right. Just rebuild paths and play from here. There! Now that's kind of normal. I just jumped right back on it. So that is how you would add a jump pad. And again, there's a couple things that you'll want to look at is the directional arrow in which you are going to navigate. And number 2, looking at the properties of your jump pad. Like if it's 0.0005 and you've got a long distance to jump, these variables can make a huge difference on the timeliness of getting to where you're jumping to and also covering that distance. So check those out and remember your 3 T's: tweaking, trying, and testing. Don't be a slacker, and we'll see you next time at Game Dev House.